Hi, my name is Eric Combs, and we're doing nicotine effects on the body. Did you know that nicotine can be as addictive as heroin and cocaine? Smoking 1 to 5 cigarettes a day can be enough for you to be addicted to nicotine, just like cocaine and heroin, according to Quebec Health. I'm going to talk about several different effects nicotine can do to your body and other products associated with it. These effects can happen at different stages at different time periods. You can have initial effects a couple minutes after smoking a cigarette, short-term effects a couple days to a couple weeks after smoking a cigarette, and long-term effects a couple years and plus. All of these were based on different race, gender, can affect you differently. But before I talk about effects, getting to know some background information on nicotine is very helpful in knowing how harmful the drug itself really is. Not only to people that smoke it, but to also people around you as well. Nicotine is derived from the plant and the tobacco root. According to Medical News, nicotine was created in 1904 and the FDA didn't regulate it until 2009. Chemists from Germany concluded that nicotine was poison when they isolated it from the tobacco root back then in 1828. Nicotine was also used as an insecticide in 1764. It killed many bugs and plants and people associated with it as toxin, and they said it was a bad forming habit, and they conclude that before any research was done whatsoever on nicotine. This also is an international spread thing. Right now, there's almost around 50 million Americans concurrently using cigarettes and tobacco products every day, and that never keeps on rising. But the thing that's helping slowing it down is the regulations, such as being 21 years old, you can start buying nicotine tobacco products. To show the severity of our situation right now, the users in the United States, I have a graph for you. So this is a percentage of people that have smoked in the past 12 months. You can see that right now, 18 to 24 years old is around 13% of everybody in that category. Now, that doesn't seem a lot initially, but what happens is 350 million people in the United States, so that's a pretty large number of people that are smoking in that category. But what you tend to notice is throughout the middle, this is where people start smoking more. Over time, you get curious, you maybe want to try it once, and that's when the addiction starts. But when you get to seniors, 65 years and older, the numbers are 8.8%. Now, you have to think to yourself, why is it like this? Well, the number one thing we can conclude is that people are prematurely dying from smoking cigarettes, so they don't even get to live to 65. And plus, if you're continuing to smoke when you're 65 and older, problems start arising way more quickly than you would be when you're on your teenager years. So people are dying left and right when you're smoking when you're older. According to World Health Organization, women out of the 1 billion smokers, 200 million people are women. As you can tell right here from the graph, there's more males than females that are smoking, but also it affects females differently. When you're trying to give birth or trying to conceive, it creates fertility problems in females as well, but males and females do it for different reasons. Females have done it in different countries to lose weight, especially if people are models. People kind of go to this drug to try to lose weight and try to help them out, but obviously there's better alternatives. So some of the effects of nicotine that can happen in a couple of weeks or so when you start it. There was a study done in 2002, according to Nicotine and Tobacco Research. If you look at here, we got increased alertness, higher energy levels, better focus, greater happiness, and reduced appetite. Now, all of these make people want to continue smoking. This happens within a couple of minutes. So when you have a reduced appetite, people are like, oh wow, I'm not hungry, so they don't eat, which makes people want to continue smoking, especially if they're trying to lose weight. Increased alertness, some people try to smoke a cigarette right before they take a test. Now, what that can do is make you focus more, and that's why people want to really try to continue on smoking the products. Now, some short-term effects, these can happen within a couple of weeks or maybe a couple months, and this is when these start to occur. But we have bad breath, fatigue, decrease in energy, reduction in taste, coughing, and shortness of breath. Now, inside the middle, we have the synthetic compound of nicotine. Since now nicotine can be synthetically created, you don't have to use tobacco roots in order to make the compound. They just put it inside the vape juice or other products associated with nicotine. If you know someone that smokes, the taste buds aren't quite right. They have a slight reduction in taste, and it can result in being more picky and losing weight. So that's also another term as well. So we have some long-term effects. A large majority of people are affected by this. These effects are the sole reason people shouldn't continue this bad addiction. I mean, some of the short-term effects are pretty bad, but these ones are worse. According to Australian Drug Foundation, there are tons of long-term effects that nicotine can do to your body, which includes risk of heart disease, hardening of arteries, lung damage, brain damage, stroke, and many more. It's been proven time and time again that people that smoke can cause premature death, and just smoking maybe once or twice daily can affect your lifespan around 10 years plus. In conclusion, nicotine is a very harmful yet powerful drug. It is addictive as cocaine and heroin, but they didn't regulate it until 2009. Nicotine can cause tons of complications later in life, as well as complications earlier, depending on how old you are and your age group. But because of this, there's still millions and millions of people every day that continue to smoke, and they continue to turn on these habits. They don't really care for them. That's because nicotine's really addictive. Thank you.